watched the movie yesterday.
Yeah,
Wait, not
I
yesterday, day before.
I watched it yesterday morning,
Okay.
and yeah, David keeps
Yeah.
telling me I don't need to do this to myself. I don't need to watch the Terrifier movies because I can be nice, I can be civil, but I'm gonna just be straight up honest. I don't like these movies.
Yeah, let's be real, girl. I like people are like, oh yeah, well, this movie has a plot now, and it's 2 hours now, and it's
It
like blah
was
blah blah
two
blah.
hours. It
I know, and
was
I'm just like,
two
why is it this
hours.
long? The fuck?
There's no reason a Terrifier movie needs to be more than 90 minutes.
Dude,
Because
for
the
real.
plot,
For
while
real.
it does there, and that's one of my notes, is the story is definitely better. The story improves with every movie. I can kind of see where they're going with the plot
Yeah.
3 movies in.
Yeah.
However, it wasn't good enough to be 2 hours.
Oh my God, I know. And like I don't even like them either, dude, because I'm just like, uh, you know, we're just doing this to do it for you guys, okay? Like we're not doing it for fun anymore at this
Like,
point.
like the
Ugh.
I don't know what it is because I don't mind gore. I enjoy it in a violent nature. I
Yeah.
like gory horror. We just did a whole Saw retrospective. There's just the vibes of Terrifier do not mesh with me.
Do not vibe with
And I
me.
keep trying to figure out why. And I told David, I think it's just because the world as a whole in these movies just feels very mean,
Yeah.
which is weird to say because we're reviewing horror movies, which in theory is a mean genre of
Yeah,
filmmaking.
yeah.
But there's just kind of an inherent lack of humanity with the Terrifier movies
Yes, yes. I think
that
that's yeah.
I don't know, it's really I can't really pinpoint why they just don't mesh with me. And I think
Yeah,
there's a lack of humanity and just it's
yeah.
meaner than a lot of like
Right.
and I think fucking Art the Clown pulls out a fucking Glock and I don't like that.
Dude, yeah, he did that again. Like in the
Yeah.
beginning of the movie, I
Yeah.
was like, the fuck? I was like, there he goes. He's just got all kinds of guns and shit.
And
Whatever.
in the fucking clown cafe. Anyway, welcome
Yeah.
to the
Oh
Real
my
Horror
God.
Show movie review podcast where we review horror movies from Netflix, Hulu, Shudder, and everything in between. I am your host, Sam Odie.
And I'm your co-host, Stormy Skies.
This week we are reviewing Terrifier 3. Finally, Merry Christmas.
Merry
Um,
Christmas, guys.
Terrifier 3 is a 2024 American Christmas supernatural slasher film written, edited, and directed by Damien Leone. It is the sequel to Terrifier 2 and the third installment of the Terrifier film series. The film stars David Howard Thornton, Lauren LaVera, Elliott Fullam, and Samantha Scaffidi, excuse me. On the days leading up to Christmas, Sienna Shaw attempts to rebuild her life while pursued by Art the Clown alongside his new accomplice, a possessed Victoria Hayes.
Okay, I don't know why Victoria was even in this movie.
I fucking hate Victoria, and we'll get to that in a second. I've
Okay.
hated Victoria since her face
Since
happened.
since one.
Um, and this is how we like to break it down. We start with characters and acting, then move into story and writing, and finish up with any production notes. And then we like to discuss the real horrors this movie addresses. Sometimes they're serious, and sometimes we like to have a little bit of goofy fun. That being said, we are a horror movie podcast, so here is a general trigger warning. We talk about death, blood, guts, and other unsavory topics that might not be suitable for everyone, although we try to do so sensitively. Listeners' discretion is advised. Movies are then rated on a scale of what the fuck did I just watch, which means there are no redeeming qualities to be found. Meh, it's okay, and ah, yeah, that fucked me up, which is what all horror should strive to be. So let's get started.
I already
Uh,
know.
so really, the trigger point and what started me mumbling, I fucking hate these movies. I fucking hate these movies, was when Victoria started masturbating with the shard of broken
Oh,
glass. I'm just like,
yeah. The fact that she's like, oh, well, art ate my face, but like now I like
I'm
want to
horned
be
up
with
for him.
art. I'm worried for art. Yeah.
Like the one thing I am looking forward to because Terrifier 4 is in production, which means we will probably watch it and complain the whole time.
Oh God.
Which I say complain the whole time. I can find silver linings in these movies. I love Lauren
Yeah.
LaVera as
Yes.
Sienna Shaw. She is so fucking good.
Yeah. She's
Really,
the
it's
only
just
redeeming quality, dude, I think.
yeah, she's truly the only redeeming quality. I liked
Yeah.
her cousin in this movie. She was cute.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I forgot. Like what I like forgot everything that happened to her. I swear to God. Like
I, that's fair. I have some notes and I can pull up the
okay.
Wikipedia article to
Okay.
go over the
Perfect.
plot.
Okay,
Um,
good.
and then her little brother Jonathan was there. I don't think he's dead because it doesn't fit
Yeah.
the it. So we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, it was Victoria has been my main turnoff from these movies. Maybe we'll see come Terrifier 4 because she's
Yeah.
dead. They killed her off in this movie. Finally. So I don't have to
Yes,
see her
she
stupid face anymore.
I know. Like her face actually like looked like way worse.
It
I'm just like, what the fuck, girl?
like I just look at that face mask they put her in
Oh,
and I just get irrationally angry because I remember in the first movie where they said, "We did the best we could." No, you didn't. You
dude.
fucking liars. You did not do the best you could.
I actually think they didn't do anything.
They
They
didn't do
just like
anything.
let it go.
She would have looked better if it healed naturally.
No. Yeah, you're probably right.
Like
God.
they didn't put a nose back on her. They didn't give her a fake eye in
Yeah,
her
why didn't they
weird.
give her an eyeball or an eyelid on the
Yeah.
other side?
Like I've seen facial reconstruction surgery from the 1940s. It's not bad. You can rebuild a face. It's not hard.
Dude, straight up, yeah, they were doing it way before they had like anything to work with, man.
Yeah.
God.
So we'll see how I feel about Terrifier 4 when Victoria is gone.
Good. Fuck Victoria, I'm sick of her shit.
I'm so sick of seeing her stupid face.
I know, right? She was in it way too much. Like I could not
Yeah.
stand it.
Yeah. What
Oh.
happened to I don't care about the little clown girl. I was gonna ask
Oh
what happened to
yeah,
her, but
I thought that
I halfway through I decided I didn't care that much.
I remember the little clown girl, but then she went away and I was like, oh, maybe she'll like come back. And then I didn't see her and I was like, okay.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Um,
yeah.
anyway, so David watched a lot of this with me. He did laugh. He laughed at the part where the kid opens the present and it explodes.
It's a bomb,
That
dude.
that was really funny. I did. It was
I
stupid,
laughed
but I
too because I was like,
appreciated.
whoa.
And so one production note I do have this early on is Damien Leone's like line that he won't cross is that he won't kill a kid on camera,
Oh, on camera.
which I think
Okay.
is really interesting coming from him given how the whole point of Terrifier seems to be pushing the envelope of the level of gore you can get
Yeah.
away with, but I can respect that.
Yeah, he might have
However,
like a nephew or something.
yeah, but considering we have much tamer mainstream horror movies like Halloween Kills
Yeah.
that
Oh shit,
brutally
that kid
killed a
did
child.
die.
Yeah,
Yeah,
brutally
shit.
killed a child
Oh
in
my
the first
God.
few minutes.
Yeah, you're right.
And
Yeah, for real,
that's
the opening of the movie,
yeah,
dude.
and that's not to say he doesn't kill kids in his movies. He just won't show it on camera.
Yeah,
Probably
because of the way it's done,
probably because of the way it's
right?
done because we do see
Yeah.
the aftermath of them dying. We just don't
Yeah.
actually see it. And I can respect that. I'm glad he has a line drawn. However, I read the summary of The Ninth Circle, which is the original short film that Art the Clown first appeared in,
Yeah.
and there it does end with the main girl being raped by the devil. But
Whoa.
at least he has one line that he won't cross.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
And so far there hasn't been rape in any of the actual Terrifier movies, so maybe he's grown up and realizes, hey, as a male director, I shouldn't be filming these
Yeah.
scenes.
Yeah, not a whole lot of like there was like a sex scene in this one, but there's not a
Yeah.
whole lot of that,
Yeah.
which I can appreciate. Yeah.
Yeah, I can appreciate that too.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, the
anyway,
explosion.
yeah,
That
that
was
explosion was funny.
it was funny, dude. Because it was at the mall.
And maybe that's where some of my turn off from this movie comes from in the meanness of
Yeah.
the world in general is Art the Clown, visibly horrifying to look at, and in the mall scene especially, he's just covered in gross, dry, matted blood, and parents
Yeah.
aren't like calling the cops.
I know, like I thought that too. Like every time I think about this, I'm like, okay, well, this man is literally has clown face paint and
Mhm.
like he's dressed as Santa. And then like he goes to the bar and they're like, "Oh yeah, like come on over." Like I'd be like, "No, like get the fuck away, freak." You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, "Oh, you also don't talk? Okay, that's not right."
Yeah.
So like danger, like no one has any like red flags going up. There's no like danger. They're not feeling any danger or anything like any type of self-preservation at all. It's like not there.
Yeah. Um,
So yeah, that's
but yeah,
frustrating.
acting, trying to restructure this
Oh
review.
yeah.
Lauren LaVera,
Oh,
fantastic. I want to see her in more
excellent.
stuff. She's so
Yeah,
good. Her hair is so pretty.
I know.
Um,
Yeah, she's so cool.
like I'm glad she's here. I'm glad we have a great final girl for the Terrifier movies.
Hmm.
I just hope she grows beyond the Terrifier movies and we get to see her in more mature horror,
Yeah.
more elevated horror, if
Elevated
you will.
horror. Yeah.
If you
I mean, I
will.
hope that for her too. She played excellent because she's all fucked up and traumatized, like from like 5 years.
Hmm.
I really think that she embodied that really well.
Hmm.
Yeah, she's great to watch.
Yeah. Ooh, you know who I'd love to see her as if it ever they ever tried to do it again?
Yeah.
If they ever attempted a new Nightmare on Elm Street movie.
Oh shit,
She would make
dude,
a really good Nancy
yes.
Thompson
Nancy, yeah. Wow, she really would
because
too.
she embodies this very proactive final girl
Yes.
mentality
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
Nancy trademarked. And I've had this conversation with the final girl 13 on TikTok,
Yes.
how Laurie Strode, original like beta 1978 Laurie Strode, is not the quintessential final girl that we think of when we think of final girls.
Right.
And everything we attribute to Laurie is
Yeah.
Nancy Thompson.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because Laurie Strode didn't become the proactive final girl until Halloween H2O and
Right.
then different timeline, Halloween 2018.
Yeah.
Um, she just kind of, it was fight or flight in both the movies she
Yes.
appeared in.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Um,
She didn't really do anything.
so I would love to see Lauren Lavera in a more traditional horror movie, like a Nightmare on Elm
Yeah.
Street type, less
Yeah.
less gimmicky
Yeah.
than
Yeah, this is straight up gimmicky. You're
yeah.
right.
But there is a semblance of a plot coming. It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming. I see that there's like this, like demon thing happening. So, okay, we got
Yeah,
that
it's
going on.
we've
So we
we've got
can
that we've got that
have an
happening.
excuse.
Um,
Yeah.
David Howard Thornton back as Art the Clown, and he's
Mhm.
clowny as ever.
I mean, he's pretty good because he's able to really bring out those expressions and mimes
Yeah.
very well. And I know he's sort of like a mask thing over his face a little bit
Hmm.
too.
Yeah, I think
Um,
he is a
yeah.
theater guy, which is why he's able to
Oh, that makes sense.
embrace like
This dude's
the
like older now, which cracks me up.
yeah, the physicality of the role he's able to embrace very well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it's done then. Oh yeah, he's huge though. He's 6'2", so he's a big guy.
Yeah.
He's thin.
He's very lanky,
He's lanky man.
which I can appreciate. I love seeing a lanky serial killer after all the short and stocky Kane Hodder types we had in the 90s and 2000s.
Yeah, I know, right? I would like to watch like a interview with him just to see what he sounds like. I want to know what he sounds like.
Yeah.
He doesn't speak. Okay. Well, yeah, but he's fine. He's great. Doing a good job. Who else we
And
got?
then
How about
Chris
Victoria?
Jericho was here, I
Chris
read.
Jericho.
He's a wrestler, so I'm sure that was exciting for fans of wrestling. I am not one, but I'm happy that happened for you guys. I'm sure that was exciting.
Wait, who's okay? Chris Jericho is
I feel like
yeah,
he was the bartender.
the bartender.
I don't know. I don't know for sure. That was just my yeah.
I wasn't paying attention to some parts. I don't know what he did. Let's see. Chris Jericho, his name was Berg.
Oh wait, an
Hmm.
order he was the orderly at the psychiatric
Oh,
hospital.
yes, he had a like a ponytail. Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes, yes. You are. I was like, who the fuck was he? No.
Yeah, so I love that for
Yeah.
fans of wrestling. Congratulations. I mean, wrestling and horror have always had a strange
Yeah.
intersection.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's always fun. You know, there was another cameo. Tom Savini was he was on the television whenever the dad was watching the TV or the uncle was watching the TV after the mall explosion.
Hmm.
And he was like the only guy on the TV that they were like interviewing him. And he was like, oh my God, yeah, there was an explosion. It was so crazy. Tom Savini is a big horror guy who has a special effects school and he's from Pittsburgh. So he
Oh,
lives here in Bloomfield.
oh,
Really,
neat.
really cool stuff. So I was like, oh, hey, they got like a Pittsburgh horror guy.
Yeah,
That
that's so cool.
was a cool thing. He looks like Satan.
Yeah.
You know? The cast list, though. No doubting. We had Daniel Roebuck, who was the Santa at the bar. He
Hmm.
also played Frankenstein in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2,
Oh.
the one who owned like the strip club and stuff.
Hmm.
You remember him? And yeah, and so, but he was a
Vaguely.
big horror guy. So we got these big horror people. I'm sure all these other people have been in like tons of stuff too, but those are the ones I like knew right away.
Ooh,
Everybody else, I'm not sure.
he was Mr. Banks and Agent Cody Banks.
Who Daniel Roebuck was?
Yeah.
Dude, he's been in like almost all of Rob Zombie's movies, and he was just
Oh.
in The Monsters. He played the Count in the
Oh.
his remake of The Monsters as well.
Oh, right. That was a thing that happened.
I know, I didn't even watch it. I feel bad, but whatever.
I don't feel bad because
I'm not
I would have,
interested.
I'm not that interested because if anyone other than Rob Zombie made it, we might have had some interesting casting, but Rob Zombie only cast the same five people in all of his movies.
Yeah, for a damn sure. And it's not like a Quentin Tarantino move where he uses like top billing dudes. He like
Yeah.
Rob Zombie just uses his like buds,
His wife.
his wife, and then his like top five calls on his cell phone.
Yeah.
Just call them again.
The last
Okay.
five people he texted.
Yeah, yeah. I mean.
Yeah. But really, standout performance was Lauren LaVera, of course. And then I do appreciate that they set this 5 years after the events of the first movie because her little brother, no fucking way would they have still been able to pass him off as a 12-year-old.
Right, but I feel like he still looks so young for
He still looked, I
college.
know, I was gonna say, no way they could pass him off as a 12-year-old, but I do think he was too young for college.
I know. I looked up his age and he's 20, like now, like this
Oh
year
my
he's 20 on
goodness.
it.
What a
Right? And I was like,
baby.
he looks like a little baby, his little baby voice.
Yeah, maybe I just forgot how young we were in college.
Dude, I guess that's so wild. He just looks he's probably gonna look this way for his whole life, though, with that little baby face.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, yeah, he was fine. He was like a little annoying because he was like trying to be like, yeah, just like forget it. Have you tried that?
Hmm.
Just like, yeah, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
But yeah, now that we're going into it, let's talk about the story. So,
Okay.
5 years after the events of the last movie, Art the Clown is not dead. His head was reborn. Victoria birthed his head, and they eat an orderly and then go get his body back from the Terrifier ride.
What? Okay, wait. I don't know if I paid attention, but or I stepped away, or I don't know what I was doing. But what about the black guy who was killed? Excuse me, and they took the black guy's head and he was holding it on Art's
Oh,
body. Like, what was
oh
that?
shit, that's right. His body came back to life too, and the body killed the black police officer.
Oh,
And
yeah.
yeah, that was just,
Okay,
I
cool.
guess you're right. No, that was a ploy to
I forgot.
for the body to meet back up with the head. I don't, it was
So
fucking
the
stupid.
body and the head were just like
They
separated.
were separated. He was just
Okay.
pretending to have a head, I
That
guess.
makes sense. That makes sense. Oh, yes. Okay. That totally makes sense. I was like, oh, no,
Yeah.
what's happening?
And
Okay.
so they reattach his head. They go to an abandoned house together and go into hibernation.
And she like kills herself though in the tub.
Yeah, she was like, ah, Victoria, you used to be so hot.
She's like, you're ugly.
No one wants to fuck you now.
She
Um,
just But she was like fine like 5 years later though. It's all good.
Yeah. But 5 years
Ugh.
pass, and Sienna is released from a mental health center. She's going to stay with her Aunt Jess, her Uncle Greg, and her cousin Gabby. Gabby idolizes Sienna, but doesn't know what happened to her and like all the trauma that she went through.
Was she in two, her little niece?
No, she's a new character.
Okay, but she just idolized her because she like heard the story
Yeah.
about like how she's crazy.
Probably just think
Yeah.
she's a cool cousin.
Cool cousin.
Cool older cousin. We all have the cool older cousin we used to idolize.
Yeah, for sure. We did. We did, yeah.
Sienna has survivor's guilt and she keeps hallucinating her best friend Brooke, uh, whose death she feels responsible for, and Brooke just wants her to pass the rice.
That was an excellent scene of
Mhm.
like Sienna freaking out,
Yeah,
but like trying to keep it together.
yeah.
I
No,
think that was really cool.
like
Yeah.
scenes like that are what make me feel like Lauren is so above Terrifier, but she's loyal to this franchise.
Yes, but she
Which
freaking knocks out of the
I
park
know, which
though.
I can respect that she's loyal to this franchise. She's so good. I want her to do more stuff.
I know, but they're
And
like, okay, we got to keep making movies to keep
I
her.
know, I
Oh,
hope being in Terrifier doesn't stunt her career because I know horror movies, unless they're elevated horror, don't really accelerate your acting career, but she's so good.
I know she is, and
Give
I
her
hope
give her
people
an
can see through that.
A24 pretentious prick
Yeah.
flick. Sorry, not prick. I was thinking prick because I was thinking Aster.
Aster.
Ari Aster.
Aster. Yeah.
I don't really consider Hereditary a horror movie. It's a family drama with horror elements in it. Shut the
What
fuck
the
up.
fuck?
That's what he said.
What about like the Satan demon?
It's a
It's just
family drama,
it's
Stormy.
just family.
It's a
Yeah,
family
it's just
drama.
that's what all families drama is like. Like obviously I should just be realistic about
Yeah,
it. That's what we all
yeah,
deal with. Am I
yeah.
right?
We all deal with that.
Like everybody just decapitates their sister's head. They're bad. Okay, it's
Yeah, yeah,
fine.
yeah. Everybody does that. Which
Dude,
is why we
everybody
don't
goes
have
down the same
sisters.
path. Yeah, that's why we don't have sisters, because fucking dead. Just
Yeah.
kidding.
Anyway,
Anyway.
so Sienna's trying to reconnect with her younger brother Jonathan, who's in college and he just wants to move on with his life. Meanwhile, Sienna's having a really hard time moving on with her life because she's figuring out that she's literally a fucking angel come from heaven to kill the ultimate evil, which is Art the Clown.
Yeah, that was actually cool and interesting. I would love to see more about how she is the angel.
Hmm.
I guess it's a prophecy. Her father, who's a comic book man,
Yeah, it's a
made.
prophecy, and her father knew of the prophecy, so he
Damn stupid.
created this comic book character for her to aspire to be, for her to look up to, because it would have to be her one
Yeah,
day to kill this evil demon.
a Terrifier.
So Art and Victoria wake up when some plumbers show up to start dismantling this decaying house that they're in,
Hmm.
and naturally the plumbers are murdered,
Yeah.
and um, it's graphic, it's gross. I could handle that, but then Victoria started
Ugh.
flicking the bean with a broken glass shard, and it's like, really,
Yeah, really,
really,
girl?
I don't
That's
like that girl. Stop it.
yeah, stop it,
What
girl.
what happened to you?
That's ouchy, girl. Yeah.
Is this just what happens? A clown eats your face and then you just stop being normal? Like,
Like,
there was no implication in the first movie that she was anything other than a college student.
dude, yeah, but then like in two, I forget anything that happened with her in two, but I guess in two, did she like become like possessed also by another
I
demon?
guess I think she's possessed. I think that's what's implied is she's possessed.
Yeah.
Um,
But like for why? Like I don't know why her. Like what about the little girl clown? Like that's fine.
yeah,
But
maybe the little
Victoria,
girl clown
no.
possessed Victoria. I don't know.
I forgot. I don't even know. Like maybe I missed something, but they
Yeah,
probably didn't even put it in there.
yeah. Victoria begins working on her clown costume, and Art goes off and starts another killing spree, which starts at a bar with a Santa impersonator. They're all having a really great time together having drinks until Art spits the drink out in Santa's face and then pees on him, which, you know what? I will give
The
Damien credit
piss.
for this.
Yeah.
There was no poop in this one.
No
Thank
poop, but
you.
there was piss. Yeah,
Yeah.
but there was no like shit.
Yeah, piss is fine. Piss doesn't cross my boundary. Um, I mean, it
Yeah.
wasn't like yellow or anything. It was just water, so that was fine. Oh God, I'm thinking that they could have made it like a yellowish brown and it's making me
They should
gag.
have made it like gross pee.
No. Ugh. That would have grossed me out.
That's gross somebody out, yeah.
Front Room was such a disappointment because that's all the horror was just a bunch of fucking pissing and shitting everywhere.
Piss and shit and blood.
God, it was gross.
Oh.
Anyway, because they try to kick him out, Art brutally murders them all with an axe. Actually,
Yeah.
no, a Glock and an axe.
Yeah, that's
And
when the gun, yeah.
and liquid nitrogen, which is not how liquid nitrogen works, according to David.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think it like straight up will freeze you and then you get broke.
Well, you can't really carry it in that kind of container and blow it
Ah,
out like it's a
like a fire extinguisher or some
yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's how it doesn't work.
Ah,
And again, all the kills were fine. There was nothing like super spectacular, so I'm still gonna say that kill of the year is gonna go to In a Violent
and
Nature
violent
because
nature.
that pretzel kill was just top notch. Everything in this was just kind of eh.
Just seen it all before,
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
just it's run of the mill. It's nothing special. There was no like
There was nothing crazy that I was like, oh shit, that's
as much as
wild.
I hate the scene and why it kind of fits into the whole this universe is just very mean is
Yeah.
in the second movie where one of Sienna's friends is killed and he skins her alive and rubs
Oh,
salt
salt.
in the wounds. Like there was nothing like that. Like I mean that's a
Nothing. Yeah,
pretty
that's
hard kill to top and
yes.
they
They didn't
didn't.
top it. They did not top, in my opinion. I'm still more grossed out than that kill than
Hmm.
anything that happened in three.
No, everything was just it was overkill, but there was nothing like special
Right.
about
There's
it.
nothing like shock like that much more shocking
Yeah.
that I was like, ugh. But
Which
then, yeah, this is the movie that everyone's like, oh, there's like two kills that are like extreme. Like,
and I
okay.
guess I mean maybe the shower scene is kind of extreme, but
It's the
again,
shop, yeah, the
it's
shower scene and the rat with the rats down the throat
oh
scene, I
yeah, the
think are
rats
the
down the
two.
throat. That was eh.
Yeah, it was like, yeah,
It was kind of it was just
yeah.
icky and I felt more bad for the rat.
Me too, girl. I was like, why do we have to go there, guys? We have to really use the baby rats that are cute.
They were
Okay.
so cute.
I know. And Art like stomped them. And I was
Yeah.
like, all right, well,
Yeah.
fuck.
No, I guess but yeah, I mean I immediately forgot about the rat killing scene. So,
Yeah, it just immediately
but
put it out of your mind.
Here I am still thinking about the pretzel kill
Dude,
from
yeah, the pretzel kill was different and unique. And then the kill in two with skinning and the salt was just like real gross
was super
and
overkill
cringy. Yeah.
and
Like, oh,
cringy and then you just
yuck.
there's nothing explicitly like painful. That sounds stupid. There's nothing like
Yeah, duh.
really memorable because even though
Yeah.
they shoved the tube down the ant's throat and put the rats down it, they still only slit her throat in the end. That's
Right.
so
Yes. I was expecting something else
yeah.
from that.
Yeah.
But no, it was just a basic kill at the end of the day.
Hmm.
So yeah, you're right. And then everybody who said that Terrifier 3's kills were like so crazy, maybe they were like thinking about the kids or whatever, but like guys,
Like that
it's
had to be
not
it is
that
like, oh
wild.
yeah, Art the Clown kills kids off camera.
Off
Halloween
camera.
Kills
Oh my
2 years ago
God.
killed a kid on camera.
Yeah, like they did. Yeah, like
Like it
guys,
wasn't
come
like an
on.
intentional kill, but it was like one of the most graphic deaths in this
Yeah,
trilogy.
it's straight up fucking yeah. Hello, like you
His
fell off the
fucking skull was
fucking
split
banister.
open.
Yeah. You're like, oh my God,
And I'm trying to
like
think. I mean, even the PG-13 A Quiet Place had
yeah.
kind of a more graphic kid death than
Oh, now
I
I
mean, you
remember,
still didn't
dude.
see it, but yeah, at the
Did
beginning
the
of the
monster
movie,
get it?
yeah, the monster got him.
Oh, because didn't he have like a toy?
Yeah, he had a toy and the monster
Yes.
just came and tackled him off screen and it's like, "Oh shit."
We're supposed to be quiet. Like, I
Yeah.
don't, like, okay. So,
Yeah. So that was pretty intense for a PG-13 kill. But like when you have
please.
PG-13 horror movies, also killing kids.
Uh-huh.
Is it
Then we
really
don't have
that?
it's really not surprising. We don't have to act all surprised.
Is it really that surprising when fucking Terrifier does it? No, it's not.
No. It
Because
really should be. Like he just
yeah,
will just do whatever he wants,
because
okay?
I've touched upon this before in previous episodes and in TikTok comments where horror movies are less afraid to kill kids because what's the point of pretending kids aren't dying every day in America in their own
Yes.
classrooms? So
Mm-hmm.
if you're
This is
outraged that Damien Leone is killing a kid off camera where they're probably not even on set
yeah.
because we just see the prop limbs after the
Right.
fact,
Yes. They're
why
probably not
aren't
even in the
you
same
why aren't you
room.
more outraged about kids dying in their classrooms? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like horror is political, and this is a new
Yes.
political statement that horror is going to start making until we do something. That's my soapbox for the episode.
Right.
Anyway, the kills were not as impressive with this. The practical effects are always really good with these movies, just not like I was annoyed. I wasn't like grossed out. I was just annoyed that it kept going.
I know. Yeah. It did.
Like, oh, oh, he cut off
Mm.
half her face, but she's still alive. We already did this,
Whoa.
Damien.
Yeah, Damien, like whatever.
In fact, we just did this 20 minutes ago with Santa Claus.
Yeah. And then like, oh, like I'm gonna like cut this guy in half, like from his
Mhm.
crotch up. And it's like, Damien, you
We
already
did
did
that in the
that
first
first
movie.
movie with a woman. And like we saw everything, but we couldn't see a peen. So
Yeah.
well,
Well,
well, all
impress
right
me.
then. No peen.
I mean, we expect Jigsaw to have new gadgets in every movie.
Hmm.
I expect
And
no less from Art the Clown.
yeah. So now we're getting critical for four because I will be pissed if I see some of the same shit I've
Again.
seen in one, two, and three. Okay.
I'm just saying, four better be the last one. Because I feel like in four, they're going to
Dude.
go down to hell and Sienna's going to rip shit up.
Yes, I guess they yeah, that's so funny. It's so like at the end of the movie they like since Victoria dies and she like dissolves into a puddle of acid, it makes
Yeah.
the floor open up into hells in the basement.
Yeah. And Gabby gets
So,
kidnapped.
yeah.
And yeah, but that's the end of the movie. Until that point, Sienna visits Jonathan. She's like, hey, um, I'm pretty sure Art is still alive and only I can kill him, and shows him letters that he wrote while she was in the psychiatric hospital saying that demons can be reborn and possess hosts like Victoria. She also tells Jonathan she plans to return to the Terrifier haunted attraction to retrieve her father's sword.
Hmm.
Um,
Hell
and
yeah.
he's like, no, just let it go. You're sick. And he tells Aunt Jess that she's starting to lose it again, like a little narc.
Jerk, I know.
Oh yeah, and
Jess is like fine.
yeah, and Jonathan has a roommate named Cole, and Cole's girlfriend Mia hosts a true crime podcast, and she's like, I just really want to interview both of them because I think Sienna did it. Like, it just makes sense that Sienna killed her friends because where was Art the Clown?
Yeah, totally makes all the sense, girl.
Yeah. And then she
Oh.
goes shopping with Gabby and thinks she sees Art at the mall, and Art is at the mall. He's posing as Santa, and no one seems perturbed that Santa looks like that and is covered in blood. Like,
Right.
even if
Yeah,
you
you're
don't
right.
realize what's covering the suit is blood,
Yeah, like I feel like why is he dirty?
why is he dirty? No,
Like he looks
that's
disgusting.
not the Santa you're not gonna sit on that Santa's lap.
Santa was just here and he left and we're still in line, so I know it's not him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And and he gives kids explosive presents, and it's just
But
a
I thought it was cute that it gave him regular presents at first, but I didn't know that there was gonna be a bomb
yeah.
in
I
that little
wonder
kid's
what it is.
when I was like, oh shit, I wasn't expecting that. I thought it might be like a gross
Yeah.
body part or
No,
something.
that was a very funny moment because the explosion just came out of nowhere.
That did come out of nowhere. It caught me off guard. I was not expecting that. So that was, I was like, like, what the fuck? So it was actually very funny and it kind of broke it up. I know it was a kid and like everybody just died in
Yeah.
that Santa area. uh, Sienna was able to leave them all safe.
Yeah. Um, yeah, and then let's see.
Happened after that, even. I don't know.
Greg leaves. She goes home. She finds out about the mall killings and panics. She wants Jonathan to come home from
Yeah.
college, and she
Mhm.
tries to convince her new family, hey, you're not safe. Her Uncle Greg's like, all right, fine, I'll go get Jonathan. And Sienna falls asleep. She dreams of her father, remembering how he crafted the angel armor from the warrior costume. When she wakes up, she hears Jess and her husband talking about what they should do about the worsening condition. When she walks into the dining room, she doesn't find Jess and Greg. She finds Art and Victoria
Victoria.
decorating Greg's decapitated and eviscerated body pinned to the
Oh,
wall.
yes.
Um,
And his head's on
then,
the tree, like a tree topper.
yeah, Sienna tries to run, but Art hits her with a mallet. When she
Oh,
regains
fuck.
consciousness, she
Yeah.
and Jess are tied to chairs and gagged. Uh, Greg's head is being used as the star on the Christmas tree.
Yep.
Then Victoria shows them a skinless head that's being eaten by rats, and she's like, "This is your cousin Gabby. What do you think of that?"
What do you think of that? And she's like, oh no. And she's like, just kidding. It's actually your brother.
Which I don't think it's her brother. Like, I don't
Well, who
think.
is it?
I think it's just a head.
I think it's just
Because
straight
I
up
don't
ahead,
think they
yeah.
would have killed Jonathan off camera.
No, I think it's like one of the sour people, the girl with the
Yeah,
guy.
yeah, because I mean, Greg was killed off camera, but we
But
still
we
saw
see
his
his
body.
head.
We saw his
Yes.
decapitated
We see
body.
his body and his head, and then he's dead. Jess dies too because her
They
throat gets
hammer
fucked
a
up.
giant tube down her throat and force rats down it and then slit her throat. Then Art shows up with Gabby because it's not her head. Then
She's cute.
Victoria places a crown of thorns on Sienna's head and tries to possess her, but Sienna's able to resist because her will isn't broken. And Victoria lets Sienna open a Christmas present from Gabby for some reason, which was stupid.
Oh, but then
And
she like fucks up her hands.
yeah, she fucks up her hands, but she still is able to wield her father's sword because Gabby has been reading her cousin's diary, even though
Fucking
she's not
diary.
supposed to.
Yeah, she said don't do that. And she's like, oh, okay. Psych.
But it's a good thing she did because she knew that the sword was in the Terrifier ride, so I guess she went to get it.
Well, yeah, Sienna went to get it, remember? And then she had like her hands were all like dirty, and she's like, "Why are your hands like that?" And she's like, "Oh, I don't know, I fell down." And then I realized the she went to get the sword herself.
Mhm.
Um, but I don't know how. Yeah, she must have, and she saw her place the gift there, so she must have connected the dots that like, yeah, that was the sword
Yeah.
or whatever.
So she takes the sword, she breaks free, decapitates Victoria. Then Victoria's pool of blood burns through the floor and creates a portal to
What the
hell. As
hell?
Sienna and Art fight, Gabby falls into the hole and tries to hold on, and Sienna gains advantage by impaling Art to a wall, but leaves him in order to save Gabby, but she falls anyway. With the sword, Art flees through the window and boards a city bus, and Sienna looks down at her wounded hands as they heal, vowing to find and rescue Gabby. And
Yeah,
then that'll probably be the plot of Terrifier 4.
Terrifier 4 is we will go back to hell
Yeah,
and we will save
we better save Gabby.
Gabby, who just got fucking all in the way and shit.
Yeah.
Oh man, and then Art
I
just
don't know.
doesn't
I think it
die
would
from
be
getting stabbed.
nice. I think it
Hmm.
would be nice. It probably won't happen. But since they're bringing in like fucking angels and devils and stuff, it would be nice if after Sienna kills Art the clown and saves Gabby, Jesus says, "Hey, you get one wish," and she wishes for all the people Art the clown brutally murdered back to
To
life.
come back to life,
Yeah.
yeah. That would be
Probably won't
cool.
happen, but with the stupid angel plot, it could.
Yeah, that would be
Just
hilarious.
because I feel so bad for her. She's lost everyone
I know, like
in
her
the
whole
most
family's
graphic,
dead.
brutal way.
I know, it sucks. No wonder she was in the fucking institution for 5 years.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Which have you seen Evil
Mhm.
Dead Rise yet?
No.
That's
Is that
another
good?
one. It's so good. That's another like really
Oh,
brutal one where basically
okay.
this woman's entire family dies except for her youngest niece and
Oh,
like just
fuck.
absolutely devastated, and they did a really good job at establishing like the family bond and how much the family loves each other
Yeah.
without super ham-fisted over expositional dialogue. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
really feel the weight of everything that was lost at the end of the movie. That's
Okay,
kind of how I
yeah.
feel for Sienna, like, ah, this poor girl.
Yeah, dude, for
And she doesn't
real.
even know if her brother's still alive. They had a gross skull with his glasses, which are
Yes.
basic generic glasses, so I think he's still alive.
Yeah, me too. So I just think they're fucking with her.
Yeah, because I mean, they
Um,
lied once that it was Gabby's head.
I know they're like, just kidding. Gabby's right here.
It's
It's
your brother's
actually
head.
cool. It's your brother's head. She's like, no. It's like,
Yeah,
just kidding. It's your brother's head. Just kidding. It's your brother's head. And it's like, oh my God, who is it? It's like, I don't know. It's a head.
it's a head. We killed a lot of
Oh
people. It could
man.
be anybody's head.
Somebody in your family though, for sure.
Uh,
But yes, the with the ending, I saw that Art did not die and he went
mhm.
on the bus, and I was like, well, shit, they're gonna make a fourth one. I didn't
Yeah,
realize four was
he's
in production
he's gonna go back into hibernation, and we'll get to do this again in 2 years.
in 2 years, and then it will be what, 5 more years? Why is it a picture of him in space, Sam? Why? What's
I
happening?
swear to God, if
Terrifier
we're
4
going
in
to space,
space? Are you
no,
fucking kidding
it
me? Is
would
this a
make no
joke?
sense to go into space.
This has to be not true. Okay, that might be a joke. Okay. Please God. It just is Damien Leone's Terrifier for uh yeah, that's all it says for right now. News.
Let's see. It's a 2026. So yeah, 2 years. We'll
Okay.
find out how this ends.
Oh God.
Just a couple production notes. At the end, the woman on the bus was reading The Ninth Circle, which is the title of the original short film that featured Art the Clown.
Oh. Oh, that's cool. I
Way
didn't
back
even
in
realize that.
Yeah, way back in 2008. And The Ninth Circle, I think, is available on YouTube to watch. Not that I'm gonna watch it. Uh,
Yeah, for real. I'm so
But the ninth circle of hell in Dante's Inferno is the circle of betrayal for the innermost
yeah.
circle of hell. Sinners who committed treason and betrayal are trapped in ice. It's where the devil or Lucifer is located in the layers of hell.
He's located there in
hmm
ice.
hmm
Wild. He's frozen.
But those were all the productions and notes I had. Like we said, the practical effects are still good in these
Oh,
movies.
I'm very pleased that they do use practical
Yeah.
effects. Like, if this movie had all those kills and it wasn't practical effects, I wouldn't even bother watching it.
And I do think they got better with this movie. They looked a little more realistic. There
They
wasn't like
did.
that weird orange hue to them that makes me
Mhm.
nauseous to look at.
Yeah, this is like regular gore. So you're like,
Yeah.
oh yes, I can see
Yeah,
this
that's fine. It's when
happening.
it looks like SpaghettiOs that I get a little nauseous.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
even at the age of
yeah.
31 going on 32, I do like a can of Chef Boyardee now and then, so I'd like to still be able to eat that.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I don't want
absolutely.
the gross gore to look like that.
No, we don't want that. Okay, so I'm looking at two headlines here. So IMDb says that four will be an epic closure to the story. So hopefully that'll be the last film.
Mhm.
But this other story from Fangoria says, could Terrifier 4 be split into two movies?
No, stop splitting shit
Please,
into two
God, don't
movies.
do it. They're like,
Stop
it's
it.
gonna be so fucking long. We gotta split it. Like, no,
This
thank
movie was
you.
too long.
This was too fucking long. We didn't need all that shit in the beginning. Like, just cut to the chase here, guys.
Cut to the chase.
Cut to the fucking
I just want
chase.
to see Sienna beat the shit out of that dumb clown.
Yeah, for sure. And then, uh-oh, Reddit Terrifier. They say the Terrifier 4 is okay. No, it is going to the last movie. I thought it said isn't.
Good.
Like, good God, Damien.
Like, I'm sure even Damien wants to kind of do
Damien's
something
like,
else.
it's like, I got a new idea. It's not art. Sorry. Yes, please. Okay, but anyway, uh, I don't think I have any other production notes. I will say that I guess realistic aspects could be like I think some or like I feel like some of his violence is so off-putting because like it is realistic, like a
hmm
dude like go into the bar with a gun and just straight up
Oh,
shooting
yeah.
dudes. You know what I mean? Like that kind of
Yeah.
thing. Or like an explosion at the mall that's someone smuggled in that kills people, stuff like that. So all that's very realistic. I don't know about having your whole family be massacred by the clown. That's crazy. But if that does occur, I'm sure that you would be
Yeah.
institutionalized for a
Yeah, I think
time.
just, post
Uh-huh.
PTSD,
Yeah.
survivor's guilt, all of that
Yeah.
is very realistic, and I think Lauren did a really great job at portraying that.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
How about the podcasters? I think that that's a realistic thing
oh,
with like
that's
the
so
true crime
realistic.
stuff.
Like,
Yeah, that's I think this person did it. You
oh
know?
yeah, I'm not saying all true crime podcasts, but there are way too many true crime podcasts that are very
Hmm.
predatory
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And we see
definitely.
this in one of their episodes where they're saying, "Oh yeah, Sienna did it." Like it's just too
Yeah.
convenient.
Right. And it's like, but they don't realize that like they're like if they're alive still, like they could
Yeah.
see what you're saying and like
Yeah.
know that they didn't do it.
And with
So
the
that's shit.
that's something that really does happen every day in real life when murders happen. The Idaho massacre, the
Hmm.
I don't know if you heard about that
I
a few
don't think
years ago.
so. Yeah.
Like this guy murdered four university students at the University of Idaho,
Yeah.
and one girl survived by hiding under the bed.
Oh, okay.
And she didn't call the police until after the massacre had ended.
Yeah.
So a lot of people online were saying, "Oh, well, she's pretty fucking sus." I'm like,
Well, no,
"Well,
she's probably terrified to
she was
like move or
probably
speak.
terrified and flight or
Yes.
fight, and she hid and she
She
survived."
hid. Yeah. Damn. Yeah, that's so fucked up because
Yeah.
like, yeah, how can we they don't take a minute, some of them don't take a second to like put themselves in that perspective.
Yeah. Because they're
Yeah.
lucky enough to probably never go through that in their lives.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And never have to be in that situation, probably. So like good for you. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, like come on. Like the I think the purpose of true crime is to try to like really inspect all avenues of something so you can
Hmm.
really dive deep, not just be like, oh,
And
I think this. Like, yeah.
most
Yeah.
importantly, tell the victim story.
Yeah,
Because
for
also
damn sure.
too often in the true crime genre, we're
Hmm.
focused too much on
On the
this
killer.
on the killer and not the victims.
Absolutely. Oh,
Um,
so that all that, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And then
yeah,
like, yeah,
I'm I'm giving it a meh. Like
that's
I
about
know
it.
people love this, but
Oh,
I
fucking
don't like
man,
these
girl.
movies, and
Same,
the
man.
kills were just
Just
overkill and boring.
never.
There was nothing new. Not that I would be praising it for new things because, well, maybe I would because the gore
Dude,
was, it did look
yeah,
better in this movie
it
compared to the
did.
second one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just more of the same from the last two movies. So I hope in four
Yeah.
there's at least something worth talking about in regards to
Mm,
the killings.
hmm.
But
Yes.
otherwise, I'm glad Victoria's dead.
Yeah.
She better be
Fuck her.
dead.
Yeah, good. Please. Please
If I have
God.
to see her face again in the fourth one, I'm gonna be
I
so
know, like, ugh, she's so awful looking. Like, please.
I hate looking at her.
I can't
Um,
stand her.
and Sienna Shaw, Lauren LaVera,
Mhm.
fantastic as always. But it's a meh. I don't enjoy these movies.
Same. It's a meh for me. Did we,
It's
what did we vote to? Meh as well?
probably meh. I think we did a meh.
Probably. Yeah, we probably did a meh. Yeah, well, I'm gonna do meh just to, like be nice.
Yeah, because
Um,
the movie was just too long,
it
and the
was.
plot was
Yeah.
just not worth the length of the movie.
Yeah, it just wasn't worth the squeeze. So yeah, we could have got all that in 90 minutes, a little bit faster pace. Like sometimes when I was like legit, I was watching, and I don't know if you did this too, but like if there was like a kill and like an in-betweener kill, I'd just like sit there and I'd kind of be like, right, well,
Just
when's this gonna
browsing
be
on my
over?
phone.
Yeah, you're right. I was like, okay, I'll just like wait,
Yeah.
until like something happens.
What's happening on Threads?
Right. I'm just like, yep. Well, it's pretty gory. All right. Well, what's going on over here? Yeah, girl. Yeah. So hopefully in four, if we do get some exciting kills, that really get my attention because like you said, Sam, like this is why we loved Saw. It
Yeah.
they did have new shit every time. So it's like, oh, what's this
Mhm.
thing do? What's this thing do? Damien's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, a chainsaw. Is that cool, guys? And it's like, no, not really, Damien.
And I think maybe that's why I like Saw but don't like these movies is
Hmm.
one, John Kramer is just a very well-written character.
He's a delight.
Even if he's hypocritical, the world
Yeah.
for the most part feels very realistic to the world we're living in.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, to the point that if there's a clown covered in viscera,
Yeah. People
We
would be like,
wouldn't
what the
just
fuck?
we wouldn't just be like, what a silly looking clown.
Yeah, they'd be like,
We'd be
that's
like,
Santa.
oh God, that is not good. I'm calling the cops.
For real, everyone in Terrifier world is like in a fucking fog.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all I
Oh,
have this week.
girl, same. Um, we are Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everybody. This is your Christmas holiday special. So I hope you enjoyed all of that. If you like Terrifier 3, that's great for you. There's gonna be another one. Um,
Woo!
and after this, Sam and I are gonna watch another episode of Hill House because we're not done
Episode
yet.
8.
Episode 8. Yeah, right? What is episode 8? 8 witness marks. Ah, yes. Okay, that should be cool. So, in the meantime, we'll regroup after the new year, most likely, because it's going to be like a whirlwind of a week. Um, and yeah, after that, Sam and I will have a new movie for the new year.
Yep. I'll find a
Cool.
treat. I'll find a good one.
Yes, please. Yeah, please, God, just like something to,
A
you know,
palate cleanser.
yeah, have some fun. Okay, cool. Well, if that's everything, then thanks for tuning into our episode. We are the Real Horror Show podcast. Our host is Sam Odie, and I'm the co-host, Stormy Skies. The podcast was created by Sam Odie and Stormy Skies and is directed, edited, and produced by Sam Odie. You can find Sam on Instagram at Sam is Writing Stuff, and you can find Stormy on Instagram at the Stormy Skies. You can find the Real Horror Show podcast on Spotify, TuneIn, iTunes, Google Play Store, Pandora, and anywhere you like to stream your podcasts. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you're always in the know when a new episode comes out. Follow us on social media. You can find the Real Horror Show podcast on Instagram, Threads, TikTok, Facebook, and Blue Sky. We do more than just podcasts. We love to write and have plenty of great movie reviews and essays, all of which can be found on our website, realhorrorshow.com. We love hearing from our listeners. You can ask us a question or send us a movie request to review by DMing us on social media, or you can even send us an email at realhorrorshowpodcast@gmail.com. Call for guests. Do you love horror movies? Are you a podcaster, a content creator, a movie lover, or anyone in between who is a listener to our show? We would love to have you as a guest on one of our episodes. Reach out to us via social media DM or email us at realhorrorshowpodcast@gmail.com. Our podcast episodes featuring guests are all listed on our website, realhorrorshow.com. We are so thankful for all of our listeners. You are the life force of our podcast, and we wouldn't really exist without you. Thank you all for making this podcast real and supporting us as we record every week. You can support us in different ways, such as liking and sharing our podcast episodes on social media. Giving us a review will help the podcast more than you know, and will help other listeners find it too. You can also donate to Real Horror Show by visiting our support page on our website, where you can make a one-time donation via PayPal, buy us a coffee with the Buy Us a Coffee button, or explore a very interesting Amazon wish list. And any other pertinent news.
Not right now, just Merry Christmas and Happy New
Merry
Year.
Christmas, Happy New Year. And Sam is going to see Nosferatu on Christmas Day, and that's super fucking cool.
Ooh.
I actually plan to see Nosferatu too, girl.
Good.
In the theaters, girl. So not on
Ooh.
Christmas Day though, but like
Ooh.
probably, honestly, probably like January or something like that. Maybe
Yeah.
sooner.
Well, if
Yeah.
you do it sooner, maybe that can be our special treat after Terrifier 3.
Oh, yeah, that would be cool. I'll let you know when I see it then, okay? Because I'll know that you'll be seeing it on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and you guys, like, new movie dropping Nosferatu. So, like, if you love Robert Eggers and vampires and really excellent dark horror movies, then that's probably gonna be one of his. He might outdo himself with this one, who knows? But all his
Yeah.
movies are wild.
Yeah.
So, anyway, our outro song is called Creepy Doll by Jonathan Colton. He can be found at jonathancolton.com. Thank you, fuck off, and have a swell evening. This is Real Horror Show signing off.
Bye.
Bye bye.
And there's a creepy doll that always follows